Hello and welcome to another cast. Starting off, we're going to have a 1v1 on Fedrid Folly. We have Destoffel at the bottom of the map on the blue side, and on the red side at the top of the map we have of Crewfinity playing as the Warboss. Both players going for their natural caps. Starting off on this map, do you see some Termagants, sorry, coming out for Destoffel, followed by a second set of Termagants. Meanwhile, Crewfinity actually opting for a double sluggers before getting his Boy squad. Could see double shooters to follow this up as well. Very expensive opening start, but does actually give you quite a strong army. But you could also stick with just a single set of shooters. Some spore mines also getting built for the stuff, or a fairly standard Tyranid build. Spore mines will actually make the double sluggers actually a bit harder to pull off. One slugger's going to stay onto the side, I'd imagine, along with some sluggers on the left hand side on this higher ground. Sluggers will be able to win against Termagants, but Termagants will be able to go inside the building, but Sluggers could also upgrade to some burners as well, just to actually burn those Tyranids outside of that building and actually gain control of this right hand side. Tyranids trying to micro hit, do get out of one building and then jump into another building slightly further away from the VP, but we do see the Sluggers already gain their burners, wants to get rid of these Termagants inside that building. Some Homagants are nearby, but I don't think that they're going to be going down. Looks like they're actually going to make their way over to the higher platform. Instead, these Termagants taking so much damage here. Burn the house down was actually used there. And that retreat path as well. These Termagants having to retreat through these sluggers. These Termagants taking a lot of damage, down to 16 HP and 3 models. Some spore mines coming in though. These sluggers do need to be very careful with these spore mines, they will mess them up. Already one spore mine explosion has taken down half the health of these sluggers. A second explosion brings them down to about a fifth of their health now. Warboss with a stomp here. Warboss will go down if he's not careful. Warboss will in fact go down. The Hive Tyrant was able to get one more melee hit against them. Some Sure Boys also going down here for Crewfinity. These Homagants will be able to get away just fine though. And these unupgraded sluggers will have to make themselves worth a lot more since there are no more Sure Boys on the field. Hive Tyrant is going to back away from that cap. He might actually go back to these Termagants. In fact, spore mines making their way to protect these Termagants against these sluggers. Sure Boys are going to get replaced here for Crewfinity. Termagants will back away, spore mines will go in. These sluggers do need to be very careful here. They will be able to take down one of the spore mine models, but this other spore mine should be able to explode, and look at the damage that these sluggers have taken. Termagants even going in to force melee against these sluggers. We'll be able to take down an extra model. The Hive Tyrant coming in will be able to take down an extra model as well, but it doesn't actually have a quick enough attack to take down a second model on that Slugger Boy squad. They will get away with 2 models overall, but do take a lot of damage. Still no power being built. Okay, power is getting built right now as I say it for all the Destoffel. And he is gaining control of the higher ground on Fedrid Folly. Meanwhile, the lower ground is actually getting taken here by Crewfinity with his sluggers and burners. Some Termagants are making their way down along with some Homagants. Do see a Toxin Sax upgrades on these Termagants will keep these sluggers at bay. Homagants will be able to provide some support as well. Sluggers will not be able to get into melee range. Do see him just backing away there before they lose any models. And do see some Sure Boys and the Warboss getting repurchased as well. Also going to try and take over mid at the same time. Hive Tyrant going for that contested power node onto the very far left hand side. Warboss nearly coming close to halfway to level 2. We'll be able to try and fight these Termagants. No upgrades on him yet. I think some spiky armor would be a really good choice, especially now that there's a second set of Homagants on the field. Spiky armor doing damage to all melee units surrounding it. Whenever he takes melee damage, very annoying war gear means the Homagants will not be able to fight the Warboss whatsoever, and the stomp ability as well is also quite strong to get melee units away from the Warboss. And also the health and health regen always comes in kind of handy, especially against any race really. But I do see a bit of power bash here against Crewfinity. He will lose this power node. Some slugs are trying to come in, along with some other sluggers with their burners, but it's not actually going to be in time. They could actually just come in and try and fight here, but double Homagants and Termagants, they might be a bit behind. The Warboss taking a bit of damage here from the Hive Tyrant. He should be able to win this fight. The Hive Tyrant is on 500 HP. Meanwhile, the Warboss is on 670. Warboss with his chain axe trying to do what he can. I'm not actually sure who wins this fight, but Hive Tyrant down to 360 HP. Warboss on 460. Looks like he will be able to win. But meanwhile over here we actually have a massive wipe going down. Some Homagants do go down. These sluggers with user choppers doing so much damage. Some Homagants getting very low. some Termagants are going to be next target, but they should also be fine as well. So many models makes it very difficult to actually wipe the squad in total. Hive Tyrant gain away there with 14 HP. These double sluggers will be able to burn down this generator farm as well. Termagants on the left hand side was going to get forced away from that Warboss as well. 200 HP, these sluggers both with burners though. Is going to tear down this generator farm very quickly, and Destoffel taking up to tier 2 as well. A lot of the map does belong to him right now, and do see Crew trying to do what he can, especially with these shooters, and do see some Stormboys coming out, but no power has actually been built here for Crewfinity. As much as he's burning down this generator farm, I don't know if it's going to be enough for him to catch up in the tech lead, as Destoffel is going to tech up to tier 2 way before he is able to. Stormboys is an interesting choice here, given that there's there was double Homagons in the field. One was actually wiped, so Stormboys will be fine here, but Hive Tyrant as well is also able to fight Stormboys quite effectively, although Stormboys do power melee damage, which is more effective against commander infantry. We'll see how that works. Homagons do go down once again. 2 Homagon squads have gone down so far for the Destoffel, so Stormboy purchase is even better now that there's less melee on the field for them to deal with. They're not a melee superiority unit, they are a melee disruption unit, similar to ASMs. They would lose in a fight, or they won't be able to win a fight effectively or efficiently against some Homagons. Sluggers are a better suited job for that. Warboss very low here, 85 HP, does retreat away from these double Termagants. Toxin stacks was like used since the Warboss isn't retreating, that doesn't work on retreat. We do have some Shooter Boys actually tearing down this power node over here. It looks like a warrior call-in though for the Destoffel. Will slightly catch out 2 of the models there, but the models will not die, and some warriors now out in the field. And this will alert Crewfinity that the Destoffel is tier 2 since it is a tier 2 global. But we'll see how the Stormboys will do. Do you see Adrenal Glands coming in? Stormboys definitely do not want to be fighting these warriors now. Stormboys, if possible, want to be fighting the Termagants, or fighting the warriors with the help of these sluggers instead. But the Adrenal Glands will make these warriors not that much harder to kill, also buffing the Termagants as well, even further compared to what they originally do with the basic Synapse. But also giving the warriors extra health and heavy melee damage as well. Double sluggers coming in, warriors will need to back away. Double Termagant should be able to slow 2 of the sluggers, but Stormboys will be able to jump in to follow up instead, while the Toxin Sacks wears off, or the Crippling Poison in fact wears off. Warboss coming in here. Looks like Crippling Poison went off, or I thought I saw it go off, but Warboss remains unaffected. Do see it getting used onto these Stormboys though. Double sluggers are coming in. Warboss is taking a lot of damage here, in fact he will go down. Stormboy is going to jump in. Looks like warriors are going to be target along with these Termagants here. Termagants taking quite a lot of damage. Warriors also not going to be losing any models here. In fact, a squad of Termagants in the back line here could be going down instead. Termagants on 60 HP, and could actually see a power bash to follow this up from Crewfinity right now with the double sluggers, with the double burners. Crewfinity does actually have a full generator farm going down, or has gone down, and he's taking up to tier 2 now, so he should be able to catch up. Some Homagons actually getting purchased here for the Destoffel. Surprised to see no war gear upgrade onto the Hive Tyrant. Any of the war gear upgrades would be a really good counter to melee right now. Some Spore Mines also a very nice idea as well as counter the melee here. And we do see the melee forces of Crew splitting up, so the Spore Mines don't actually hit both squads, although I say that, and both squads, everything's going in here. Stormboys and Sluggers will be able to take down the Spore Mines before they're able to explode once again. These Sluggers are quite low, we'll back away. This one generator is going to survive though with 47 HP, and the Homagons with the warrior support will be even stronger than what they were before. Could also see the Adrenal Glands upgrade come in to give them an extra 10% health, which will also come in quite useful as well. Crewfinity still taking up to tier 2. I wonder what the Destoffel is going to be purchasing next, or if he's even going to go to tier 3. In fact, we do actually see the Rending Talon upgrade for the Hive Tyrant from that Tyranid announcer. Rending Talons does have the Psychic Scream ability, doing a lot of AoE damage. Oh, Seismic Roar, sorry, not Psychic Scream, I'm getting that confused with a different war gear of his, but does deal some really nice AoE damage, and there's a lot of melee here, and Crew will struggle to gain melee superiority now against these warriors and Hive Tyrant. With that Rending Talons upgrade, do you see it go? Okay, that's just a special. I thought I was going to go off. Do have to use the choppers. We do see it go off now though. Look at the knockback radius of that. Almost every unit there of Crewfinity is getting knocked back. In fact, these sluggers are very lucky to actually live with 60 HP and 2 models, or 80 HP, I must have misread that. The generator farm here for Crewfinity might be going down completely. A Warshark is coming out here. Do actually have a knob coming out on one of the slugger squads. Not sure if he can afford a knob on the second slugger squad. But we will see level 3 sluggers in fact, compared to a level 2 Hive Tyrant and level 1 Warriors and level 1 Homogons as well. Stormboy is going to jump in once again. They do actually have their knob, so they do actually land a stun onto these Termagants. This Brood Nest as well also needs to go down, but Stormboy is still focusing down on these Termagants. Destoffel will be losing quite a bit of money here, bleeding units to the Orc army, but then so will Crewfinity with his War Truck, since he is also able to reinforce in the field. Termagants will be able to just remain on the field. Stormboy is taking a lot of damage though from these warriors with their adrenal glands. Stormboys will need to jump out. Stormboys will go down. Or Stormboy looks like he was in a sync kill there, but he will die mid-air, or just as he takes off anyway. Slug's actually trying to focus down this Brood Nest now, but Slugs are taking so much damage here. Homogons, the Hive Tyrant and Warriors still in the melee fight. Do actually have a Capillary Tower going down once again, even near the army, although the Capillary Tower here should still be granting buffs, and Capillary Towers do grant damage resistance as well to everything, so very difficult to actually fight units when there's a lot of Capillary Towers around. Warriors coming in once again. Sluggers very brazen here to actually be fighting with only one model, just relying on the reinforcements to actually gain extra health as a squad overall. And no knob on that Slugger Boy squad, even though they are level 4, they deserve a knob leader, because the knob leader will also benefit from leveling bonus as well. Warboss is still dead on the ground. Warboss has not been purchased. These Sure Boys though, for the duration of the game, have just been going around capping the map, have been doing a really good job of just capping, while these Sluggers and Stormboys have been fighting the fight. Bit of assault going down in the chat here. Nids OP. Hive Tyrant has taken down the power along with some help of these Termagants. Meanwhile, these Sluggers with their burners also take down this power farm as well. It looks like the knob leader on one of the Slugger squads has actually died. Didn't actually see a knob leader here. Yeah, there's no knob leader for either of these Sluggers. The War Truck's driving in though. These Warriors do have heavy melee. Do need to be careful about the heavy melee. Isn't that much. Well, the War Truck won't take that much damage from heavy melee, but still needs to be a bit careful of it. Termagant's going in for the natural requisition point. These Sure Boys going to get dumped on by some Warriors, or even the... what is it going to be? It is going to be without number instead, which does actually spawn an upgraded Homogon squad and an upgraded Termagon squad for no requisition or power cost at all. It literally just costs 250 red, I believe. A very strong ability in tier 3. And Crew does know now that Destoffel is tier 3 as well. Also, it can reinforce nearby Tyranid units if your squad is low on units, similar to a Space Marine drop pod. But there was no units nearby, so it just spawned the Termagants and Homogons. These Termagants though taking a lot of damage. Double Sluggers now onto these, double knobs sorry, onto these Sluggers. They will take down this Termagon squad. And that was a level 3 Termagon squad, the one that was capping this natural VP as well. So that's actually quite a... I want to say it's a big loss, but it's a Termagon squad at the end of the day when you're tier 3. But still, they were level 3, and leveled units are much more effective compared to unleveled units. This War Truck barely going to get out of here. These Warriors with the heavy melee doing a lot of damage. Sluggers from both ends now coming out against the army of Destoffel user choppers, rending talons though, and Gene Stealers. It's just a melee brawl here. Warriors though taking a lot of damage here. And the Earth Shriek coming in. Warriors will bleed one model, will bleed a second. Looks like they could actually go down overall. The Sluggers will actually turn around and fight these Gene Stealers and Homogons with the user choppers and hardboys. They will be able to win this fight with ease. In fact, the Gene Stealers are very low here, but Homogons will be the focus as well. Actually, Gene Stealers will go down, then Homogons are going to be the focus. And Destoffel has lost quite a lot here, down to Warriors, Homogons and Termagants here, and these are the ones that came in through the without number purchase as well, so they actually are not leveled whatsoever against these level 4 Sluggers. Both of them are level 4. I can tell you that now. Level 4 and level 4. These double Sluggers are doing so much work. One repairing, one burning down generator farm. But still a strong lack of units from both players. Both players down to just, what, 3 units and a commander each. Warboss is back alive, but no upgrades on him yet. The Hive Tyrant still only has the Rending Talons upgrade. No armor upgrade either. Which I'm quite surprised to see. Normally an armor upgrade like the basic Synapse upgrade or the Charge would come in really handy. A Charge in fact against melee units just to disrupt them, and then follow up with your own melee units could be really annoying, or the extended Bioskeleton to give your Hive Tyrant some invulnerability, allowing him to fight Sluggers by himself unsupported for a small amount of time will come in really annoying. and having dealt with Hive Tyrant with a bio-extended skeleton, it's so irritating to fight him when he goes invulnerable. Warboss here going to pop some Termagants, does actually take the Termagant with a single swing there, tries to chase away one Termagant model, will not be able to kill it though. Still no upgrades onto this Warboss, in fact he will need to be careful fighting Termagants and Termagants alone, no Stompers, or Stompers just used there, sorry. And that was a special that we saw earlier. Instead, Warboss will maybe take down an extra Termagant model, in fact he won't even take down Termagant model, but he does need to back away here. Do actually have the war truck coming in. Venom Brood though doing a lot of damage here. These sluggers will evacuate the truck early, so they can actually force away this Venom Brood. Stormboys though being repurchased, level 1 still. Stormboys will jump onto the Venom Brood, but the Venom Brood are retreating away, so they will not actually be able to stun them or get any damage onto them. We do actually have the sluggers onto the side as well. Going in for a cap, Crewfinity does need to focus slightly on the VPs as he is behind Destoffel on 368, Crew on 211. Destoffel looks like he wants to just try and control the top side where the two VPs are at, but they do have a truck coming in from behind, level 3 war truck in fact. Doesn't give that much health per level though. Only has an extra 80 health, or 75 health. Bomber Boys though, from the Storm Boys, getting used to actually disrupt the army, do some really nice damage as well. Storm Boys actually going to jump in onto these warriors. Warriors are not stunned, the Storm Boys did actually miss their mark ever so slightly. And it looks like it's a retreat here from the stuff, or not necessarily a retreat, but he's just pulling back. The Rending Talons was used as seismic roar, but he does actually back away from the fight once again. Some more Homagons here for the stuff. Well, these ones are unupgraded, and these ones are out in the open here. They are taking a lot of damage. We'll be able to get away with a few models. And I wonder if he'll upgrade them, or if he's just going to use them for a capping unit overall. Some Termagants coming in here, only on 3 models. They do actually have another model ready to be reinforced, but are not in base yet or next to a brood nest. So they will not be able to reclaim that model. Do actually have a bit of a push here from Destoffel. I'm surprised that there's no current effects in the field. He hasn't actually repurchased his power yet, when he could have probably done so he can save it for that current effects a bit quicker. We do actually have Termagant squad going down here for Destoffel. The Warriors taking quite a lot of damage. Venom Brood able to get off a lot of shots onto this war truck. The war truck is going to have to actually pull out of there, and the Warriors are going to be forced to retreat away. Venom Brood also forced to retreat away, lose 1 model there. Looks like actually lost the model to the war truck after the slugger's done all the damage to it. In fact, Bomber Boys, not enough. The Homagon squad will live with 1 model at 9 HP, and the map is looking extremely red right now. Crew is gaining a lot of control right now, is in control of the lower part of the map, and should be able to get control of the high part of the map. The Warboss is here, Slugger's going to repair that truck, Stormboy is going to cap that requisition point, and only the center is in control of Destoffel along with his natural points, although this power node will get burnt down. 274 VPs to 202. Gene Stealers is going to be Destoffel's next purchase. I really think that he should try and do what he can, or I think it might be even too late actually to save up for a current effects at this point. And a Tyrant Guard will not work here. Sluggers with their Knob Leader do a lot of power melee DPS, level 4 sluggers in fact, and the Tyrant Guard is super heavy infantry. Well, as much as he has 2500 HP of super heavy infantry, he will be an easy target for these double sluggers. Current effects on the other hand, which actually has vehicle armor, would be a better choice here, but the current effects does cost 150 power just for the base model without any upgrades, so it'd be very difficult for him to save up at this point because he's not built his gens for so long. He's had such a poor power income for quite some time. It's really going to affect some Stormboys though. Might go down. The Knob actually does get away then. Some reinforcements do come in from that war truck. We do actually have the Warboss coming in with some upgrades. Does have that power claw and some angry bits, but no armor upgrade yet. Doing a lot of damage against these warriors. It looks like Sluggers also backing away. Stormboys will go down, and Crew is just down to double Sluggers and his truck and his Warboss. Would be interesting to see some spiky armor come in for this Warboss. A triple cap here for Crewfinity. Destoffel needs to move quick to stop that VP bleed down to 168 VPs. Crew is actually overtaken the VP lead right now, and Crew still in control of the majority of the map. Destoffel needs to start capping as much as he can. He does actually have the units advantage, as in more units on the field, so you should be able to do quite a lot of capping in a short space of time while Crew is actually in base. Do you actually have the Cyborg Bigs getting purchased onto the Warboss, which is a good choice if you're going to rely on your double sluggers for the damage. Cyborg Bits does actually stun units around you, quite a large radius in fact, compared to the spiky armor, which is more of the Warbosses wanting to fight. The Warboss is going to be taking a bit more of a support-ish kind of role, I guess, with the angry bits and the cyborg bits, just for interruption. But yeah, the stomp becomes the big stomp, and it's actually useful because you can actually stun the Hive Tyrant as well. Otherwise, Crew currently has nothing to stop the Hive Tyrant from doing what he wants. But we do actually have a push here. This is going to be a big fight here. Double sluggers, everything is here for Crew and everything is also here for Destoffel. The Angry Bits actually gets interrupted straight away here by these warriors leaping in. Gene Stealers here with their rending talons. We could actually see the big stomp go off. The big stomp does go off and it actually does stun a lot of the army here, but rending talons also follow up that big stomp as well. But warriors gain very low. The war truck might actually go down here to Gene Stealers. But the sluggers are doing so much work in the back line here. Gene Stealers focusing down truck may have been a mistake here, as the rest of the army of Destoffel's army is going to go down. These warriors extremely low. These sluggers are definitely going to be focusing them down. Warriors will go down. These warriors were leveled, and we actually have another big stomp going off. But the Warboss actually dies before the stomp can finish, and these Homogons will be able to barely scrape away here. Gene Stealer is going to be the next target, presumably. Gene Stealers, a melee superiority unit, but they are level 1 against level 2 sluggers and 2 level 4 sluggers. Rending talons going off once again. Gene Stealers are healing quite a lot of damage here. Sluggers are actually getting extremely low here. Sluggers are in fact stuck. There is one slugger in a pipe underground. How on earth did he get there? But that slugger squad, the Knob Leader gets purchased. Knob Leader doesn't spawn inside the tunnel or sewer system, wherever it is on this map. But Gene Stealers will go down. That Slugger Knob doing a lot of work here. Hardboys is also used on him to give him some damage resistance. He will be able to live out of there. Venom Brew trying to focus down that one model, and if you click on the camera there, it seems to put it in the center of where the squad is, but you should be able to see this one particular model just stuck in the drain. In fact, he's just stuck there with his burner, looking all lonely, wondering how he got himself into such a situation. Warboss coming in to get a cap on the VP, 139 VPs to 121, and I don't know what's going to happen to that Slugger Boy, but it's going to be extremely annoying for Crew to deal with when you've got one model that will not follow the squad, because it causes some weird pathing issues and whatnot. Warboss level 4 though is going to try and come in. Was repurchased, did actually go down in that previous fight, but he's fully upgraded, so definitely wants to repurchase him back up. Especially when he fully kids him out, ready for some support role with the Angry Bits and the Cyborg implants. Truck is coming in. I don't know if the... Okay, both Slugger squads are inside that truck, so that one model isn't having too much of an effect here. It looks like we have another without number gain drop down once again, or it could be a warrior drop in. It is going to be without number though. This fresh warrior squad with the adrenal glands level 1, so they much more squishier compared to the previous ones that were leveled, and do actually have the Angry Bits, not Angry Bits, the Cyborg implants, the big stomp going off here. But these sluggers are just able to sit in the fight. There's no AV for this truck. This truck's able to sit here, no brood nest, so Destoffel is not able to actually reinforce himself. These Termagants are bound to go down as well. Termagants do retreat fairly late here and do have to run through 2 sets of sluggers here, both fully upgraded level 4. And Warboss is going to try and come in and interrupt this other Termagant squad, which is level 1, no upgrades, so this must have been purchased from base, and Crew's actually taken up to tier 3. Crew is actually in control of so much of the map right now, even in control of Destoffel's natural power. Destoffel has actually no power income other than the base power income of plus 10. So without number is all he has, and tier 1 units pretty much. There is no Tyranid unit in tier 2 that costs only requisition. And this war truck's actually doing a decent amount of damage here. It is a level 4 war truck after all. It does also have that reinforced plating as well, so 665 HP. Quite a tanky war truck compared to what you would normally see. The double sluggers are ready to fight. The Warboss is also ready to fight, presumably, although he is actually very low. Look at the amount of Homogons though just jumping onto him, all jumping onto that big stomp. Warboss will also need to back away. He's only on 200 HP. We do actually have a warrior drop in as well. And these warriors do not come with an upgrade, unlike the without number. These double sluggers though, I feel like they're getting a little bit overrun here. And in fact, we actually have a Orks going down. I think that Orks will miss the majority of Destoffel's army, in fact, and it will take out a Capillary Tower, which might actually help out with the... Since the Capillary Tower does actually buff all Tyranid units in the area. And these sluggers are still in the fight as well. I think one of them has lost their Nobber though. And one Slugger squad is extremely low. Venom Brood will go down. These Homogons are all very low. In fact, every single squad is pretty much on one model as well. And these Sluggers are just still reinforcing. This truck is still in the field as well. In fact, all the Homogons do go down. Destoffel is left with just Warriors and Termagants. Termagants will also go down. And looks like they're going to have a rematch. This is a ESL ranked game, presumably Crew always does host a lot of 1v1 games. These Adrenal Gland Warriors will not be able to kill this War Truck, but it looks like they will go down to the Sluggers. Both the Sluggers did lose their knobs in that engagement. Slugger knobs are meant to be the last units who die, but in the case of reinforcing that much from the field, they can actually go down. But that would be game. Crew will actually be able to pull in the game after some heavy losses in tier 1, and even after a very late tier 2 will be able to win. These double Sluggers are very heroic throughout the entire game, doing so much work. Even that one model that did get stuck in the tunnel is no longer there, must have gone down or must have figured out a way to actually get out of that tunnel. And everything for the Destoffel did go down, did actually have only its Hive Tyrant left. The Warriors, although the icon does appear, the Warrior squad was in the process of dying here in this little blue box, and that will be game.